So this story surfaced, I believe, a few hours ago. This took place in an apartment complex in Memphis, Tennessee.
Tragedy has shaken the Hickory Hill apartment complex, where police say that attack happened Friday night. Officers tell us the two dogs involved in that attack are also dead. WREG's Quamisha Wilborn spoke to people who are now grieving the loss.
Two dogs weighing over 70 pounds with a 1-year-old infant. They don't stand a chance.
People we spoke to living in the Cedar Run apartments in Hickory Hill say they are heartbroken after hearing a baby is now dead after being mauled by two dogs. Donald Red is a dog owner in the complex.
I really don't understand what could have made him turn like that on the child.
He's a dog owner himself. And listen to the things that he says.
After being mauled by two dogs, Donald Red is a dog owner in the complex.
I really don't understand what could have made him turn like that on the child.
The 911 call came in Friday evening, according to police.
Sounding ignorant is all get up. He a dog owner himself. And he thinks that there has to be some legitimate reason why a dog would attack a 1-year-old. That's scary.
The dogs were attacking the 1-year-old infant when officers arrived.
We arrived there stating that one of the dogs has still got a hold of the juvenile. They unable to get to the juvenile.
Officers reportedly
unable to get to the juvenile. How? The adults present were unable to get to the juvenile inside of an apartment? What does that tell you? The adults were too afraid. The dog was in attack mode. The dogs. So they sat there watching, too afraid to do anything. Where's the gun? It's dangerous firing guns in apartment complexes anyways, which is why dogs really don't belong in there. And that's what the cop eventually had to do in an apartment complex.
He shot and killed both dogs, and the child was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Sadly, the baby died from its injuries the next morning. Red says the dogs lived in the complex as well. He says he's seen them around with their owner.
I used to see them walking back and forth to the mailbox and around the complex, but they didn't seem like they were that aggressive.
Of course, what type of thing is that to say? Dogs that launch attacks and actually take people out, they're not aggressive 24/7. They're not going to be in attack mode every second of the day. What do you mean they didn't seem that aggressive? Who goes by a dog not attacking someone anyways as evidence that it won't attack in the future? Yeah, listen, that's basic level stuff. For the owners to be this ignorant of dogs is really a crime. A crime at our expense. Bystanders, neighbors.
It seemed like they were that aggressive.
Neighbors say another person was injured in the attack, but police have not identified that person.
Because if they turned on the child and the owner, then they're not safe to be around them.
They're not safe to be around. Before the attack, they wasn't safe. What's the proof? The attack. That's the thing. These beasts, these killers, are not safe to be around, regardless whether or not they've attacked someone already. That's common sense. Everybody is aware of that. But everybody makes this conscious decision to ignore the obvious. It's the era of complete insanity where people just don't use their brains.
No more.
It's unclear.
It's unsafe. He is not safe to be around anyone. What did he say? Lord.
Then they're not safe to be around no more.
It's unclear what may have triggered the attack.
It's unclear what may have triggered the attack. So that's their way to imply the dogs were probably provoked by the victim, who passed. A 1-year-old. Get a load of these people.
It's almost like a person. You don't never know what I'm going to do from one day to the next. But
What?
almost like a person. You don't never know what I'm going to do from one day to the next.
No. Dogs are not like a no person. What you talking about? Dogs are not like people. People in general don't do stuff like that. They don't launch lethal attacks, haul off, just snap and start stabbing up 1-year-olds. What are you talking about? Every living thing is unpredictable to an extent, but this is not you can't make this comparison. And you can't separate youngsters from adult humans. The youngsters won't survive. You can get rid of dogs. And that's only going to enhance their safety, increase their safety. Don't compare dogs to people. That's a primitive thing to do. What about that y'all don't understand?
Person, you don't never know what I'm going to do from one day to the next. But it's all on the corner how you raise them, their environment. And
no, it's not. There have been jokers just like you attacked by their own dogs. It happens all the time, every single day. Give me that. All according to how you raise them in their environment. Stop it, dude. How much research have you done into that, what you talking about right now? Because the evidence don't support what you're saying. And I'm addressing what he's saying because I know a lot of dog lovers agree with everything he's saying. Yeah, that's right. It's how you raise them. No, it's not. These are killers by instinct. Y'all gonna face that. Y'all gonna accept that. They have a natural instinct to attack and kill, and just to do it for the simple pleasure of doing it. They're not even natural predators that do it for food. See, all these lies to cover up just how dangerous these things are.
Their environment and everything else. It's sad. I don't know what the mother's going.
All right, that's enough out of you. I believe I reported on this a week ago, maybe a few days ago, and this was sort of an update on this case.